What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. This is Big Money Mindset. Pleased to bring you another video here today. And in today's video, we're going to be going over some massive updates surrounding Workhorse, how they have just partnered up with Hitachi, a 100-year manufacturing company in Japan with massive amount of experience. We're going to be going over both CEOs and perspective of the deal, Workhorse's future target pricing, how they are potentially leading up to land that huge USPS $6 billion contract, as well as potential stock market option deals and investing tips. Once again, I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel so far. Your feedback is beyond appreciated. I can't do it without you guys. And if you've been following the channel, you know I'm on that journey to be a full-time YouTuber. And once again, I want to say thank you. Be sure to leave me a comment. I want to hear you guys' feedback on where this potentially puts Workhorse as far as landing that partnership with Hitachi. I'm going to be commenting back to as many people as I possibly can. And most importantly, only if you feel this video gives you a better insight on Workhorse and Hitachi partnering up, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you up to date on all the growth stocks and spec plays in the near future. There's going to be a lot of great information and you don't want to miss out. Let's get into the video. We have some amazing news surrounding Workhorse. This just put Workhorse to the top. The company that they are strategically working with now is going to be a game changer for them. Workhorse enters into strategic agreements with Hitachi and Hitachi Capital America. Workhorse, an American technology company focused on providing sustainable and cost-effective electric drone integrated vehicles into the last mile delivery sector, announced today newly formed strategic agreements between the company and both Hitachi America and Hitachi Capital America Corp. Under these agreements, Hitachi America and the other Hitachi Group company will provide an operational assessment of Workhorse's manufacturing, operational and supply chain capabilities, benchmarked to best-in-class standards, and provide recommendations to Workhorse that supports the company's increased production requirements. This is what Workhorse has been looking for. A manufacturing company to rocket fuel their C-Series into massive amount of production. We have a beautiful quote from the CEO of Workhorse going over the strategic partnership with Hitachi. This alliance with Hitachi comes at an ideal time for Workhorse, as we value their best in-class innovation and experience in ramping up production and enabling us in providing a complete solution to our customers, said Workhorse CEO Dwayne Hughes. We also have another quote from one of Hitachi's chief executive leaders. We are excited to partner with Workhorse to help accelerate the rollout of their EV solutions and meet growing customer demand in North America, said Hicham, Chief Executive, Hitachi Global Social Innovation Business and Chairman. Guys, this is beyond exciting. Workhorse has been just cruising under the radar these past couple of weeks with barely any news updates surrounding the USPS contract, work volume, manufacturing partners. This is the gold mine we've been looking for. You have to understand, how long has this actually been intact? How long have these guys been communicating? This could have been going on for months leading up to this USPS contract. These types of deals don't happen overnight. This has probably been in the works. This is amazing. This is just a beautiful partnership, and we're going to take a little bit further into Hitachi and what exactly it is that they do. As we can see, this Workhorse announcement has just jumped them up 12%, okay? That is a solid gain. But for this type of news, I was actually surprised it wasn't a little more drastic. This is also going to be leading up to the end of the video where I go over how this affects options and how this small price fluctuation is another opportunity for brokers, including Robinhood, to cash in and make it even harder for you guys to land that financial freedom, okay? This is exactly what I've been talking about as far as news price fluctuation with options. This is what makes it harder to win in options when these news articles break out. We're going to be taking a look into what kind of price fluctuations this has done on the options. You have to understand, Hitachi is a massive company, okay? They have so many different sectors in their business, but they do propel in automotive systems and manufacturing, okay? This company has been doing it for over 100 years. The strategic partnership from Workhorse to Hitachi is going to work out perfectly because Hitachi is now focusing on that electric EV efficiency as well. We can see they have so many different factors to their business. Powertrain systems, chassis, driver assistance, connected aftermarket products, research and development. They have a massive global network. They are also in high performance motorsports. These guys know what they're doing. This is the gold mine manufacturing company we've been waiting for Workhorse to reach out to. This is going to propel them into massive opportunity in the near future, especially leading up to that USPS contract. Of course, we're going to take a look into the Motley Fool articles. These are very good established stock market analysts. And we're just going to scan through this one real quick. Workhorse recently began production of its C-Series, a family of battery electric package delivery vans developed with input from United Parcel Service, UPS. Some of the first C-Series vans are being made available to potential fleet customers via Rider Systems' commercial vehicle rental network. Workhorse said that Hitachi will access its manufacturing supply chain and other operational capabilities and then provide recommendations to bring those operational capabilities up to best-in-class standards. We have to understand, Workhorse has now been established for over 20 years, okay? They have been putting in the work, gaining customers, getting better with technology, opening their market awareness, okay? Now it is time for them to tackle that addressable $18 billion market and last mile delivery. This is a significant market opportunity for Workhorse's electric vehicles, okay? This consists of over 350,000 number of last mile delivery vehicles purchased from fleets annually. These vehicles are priced right around $50,000. This includes companies such as UPS, FedEx, USPS, Ford Transits, Mercedes Transits. There's so many different variations. This is a growing market just waiting for that number one top tier player to take over. You have to understand, Workhorse has been a UPS partner for over 8 years, okay? They have delivered 1,345 vehicles, okay? That is a solid partnership. But you have to understand, that is breadcrumbs. I repeat, breadcrumbs to what is potentially going to be happening soon. This is just the type of partnership Workhorse needed to just get the feet wet. What kind of feedback they've been getting, where to move forward, where to work on. This is exactly what has gave Workhorse the opportunity to get better over the years. As you can see, 2012, Workhorse signs UPS delivery. 2018, another 1,000 vehicle orders. You have to understand, they've been drastically improving in their production volume. And now that they have landed a deal with Hitachi, it is game over. They're going to be mass producing these C-Series among the entire world. Equity stake in Lordstown, okay? You can never forget this. Lordstown is potentially going to be an amazing company with those EV trucks. We all know Workhorse has granted Lordstown Motors a license to the technology and design of the Workhorse W15 pickup truck. Workhorse will retain a 2-year non-dilutable 10% equity stake in Lordstown Motors in exchange for the license of the technology. Workhorse will receive a royalty fee for each electrical pickup truck delivered by Lordstown. Understand, Lordstown has an opportunity to be massive down the road, and Workhorse will be profiting on their success, which is amazing at that 10% equity stake. This is it. This is the one we've been waiting for, okay? Hitachi has taken Workhorse to the next level. This is the gold mine, okay? For years, this is going to be an amazing deal if they can land it, okay? Over 180,000 vehicles USPS is searching for, okay? For a 5 to 7 year contract at $6.3 billion. And look at that. Just so happens they're one of the last 3 competitors, and they've just landed a massive opportunity with Hitachi, a global leader. It just seems to me that these pieces are just falling in place for at least a minimum percentage of the contract. I'm not saying the entire contract, but I mean, there's just no way that they cannot land a portion of this deal being one of the last 3. You have to understand, USPS is hurting, okay? The next generation delivery vehicle will replace the long-serving Grumman long life vehicle. And previously in some of my last videos, I had some USPS employees comment on the video saying they were going over how these vehicles were just the worst as far as expenses. I mean, these vehicles are gas guzzlers, breaking down for decades and just costing the companies millions of dollars as far as expenses. And when you bring an EV company in like Workhorse, that's going to save drastically on expenses and fuel economy as well as maintenance, because these Workhorse vehicles are built very well as far as durability. All right, and we'll just finish off the video for some of that fun stuff, okay? Those options. We're going to go over some time frames, some volume. I know you guys love the options, okay? And understand, I'm a very conservative investor. That's why I'm not throwing out, dozens and dozens of options at you guys, because I'm still worrying about my Hyliion contracts. I got to stay focused on those contracts to make sure I hit big. So just understand, I will be going over further opportunities in the near future, but I don't want to rush myself. You guys understand, I'm very transparent. I'm not here to throw bad investments at you guys. I wouldn't throw anything on this channel that I wouldn't invest in myself. Just understand that. As you can see, what I was preaching before, news is what plays the biggest role with these options. As soon as we seen the Hitachi deal, look at the prices. 18%, 20%, okay? They're doing this because they want you to lose, okay? It's best to purchase options when news is very low and you have a great instinct on what's going to be happening in the near future. So understand, Workhorse has tons and tons of options. The reason why they're putting out so many different options out there is because they want to give you a bigger opportunity to lose, okay? That's just the cold hard truth, okay? That's why there's so many options out there, because so many of these are going to be wrong. Alright, I just want you to understand that these options that I plan on playing with Workhorse are extremely different than Hyliion. The reason why is because we have two totally different companies and factors. Hyliion is leading up to a merger, which I see drastic change happening quickly. Workhorse is leading up to amazing opportunity, but it's going to take a little bit longer time for that to develop. The potential USPS contract, the manufacturing ramping up. So it's different things to understand about Workhorse. I do think that the price is going to be a lot higher in the future, but I don't think it's going to happen as quick as we think. So you have to understand, these September calls that, they want you to play massively because there's tons of them. These are definitely the high risk. I wouldn't touch these. I don't see any kind of crazy price fluctuations happening rather than, $5-10. If you think Workhorse is going to go from like an $18 stock to like a $50, $60 stock, now we're talking some big money if we land on a right option, okay? So basically, I would scratch all these Septembers as far as a drastic price movement because we don't know when that USPS contract is also going to come in. The Octobers, you could potentially play these Octobers. I would take a look at the volume. We'll just take a look at one of these. The volume is what you need to look for because the volume is how you can see what the experts are playing. And that's why I gave you guys those October calls, because I seen high volume and I didn't want you guys to get confused about volume as far as, who's buying these options. So if you just click the option, this is a $19 strike price for the October 16th. You can take a look at the open interest. The open interest is how many people potentially own this stock right now as we speak, okay? Over 5,000 people own this type of option, and that's what you want to look for. You want to look for an option that's in high demand so you can sell it really quick, okay? Sometimes options that have extremely low volume, for example, we'll click this October 16th and we'll go to end the money all the way $2 strike price. We'll take a look at this. It has very, very low interest, about 200 people playing these. So that's what you got to look for, okay? When you take a look at these types of low interest, you want to be careful because not a lot of people are buying those at that specific price point and time frame. So personally, you have to understand, I had a little bit of cushion for my Hyliions just about 1 month after the merger. For this type of company, potentially landing that USPS contract and also ramping up on CSeries, I plan on pushing it all the way into like 2021 as far as a drastic price movement, into that $45, $50, $60 range, because we're already hitting that 20. We're going to see more and more investors these next 3 months potentially. So if you play these January calls, this is limiting your risk drastically. I repeat, drastically. And I would also play these in the money as far as what we're at right now. I wouldn't go crazy out of the money, like as far as like $40. So I would probably hover right around that $26 to $30 range, because you're still getting a really good price point on these options. So let's just take a look. If we play like a $26 call option for January 2021 at $3.95, look at these. I already told you. I already know what people are doing. I already know what the pros are doing. Look at this. 1,800 people are already holding these 2021s. You can see, I already knew it. This is what's in demand. We got almost 2,000 people already hopping in on these exact same strike prices I was talking about. Look at that. The 28, let's look at the 29. It's a little bit lower, okay, 229, it's pretty low. 30, look at that, look at the 30. 3,000 people are already hopping on these, so just look at that. That's what I'm saying. These 2021s are how you need to play Workhorse if you want to hit big on some big money. Play it in that $20, $25 range. You're pretty much hoping for it to land on that $50, $60 price tag, and you're going to be seeing some crazy gains if you hit it perfectly on that time frame. So just take a look. That's some little pointers I want to put out there. You want to look for open interest, so you can still get some pretty solid option pricing, that $3, $4 range, even on the January 2021 calls. Scratch the Septembers, those are super risky. Octobers, we just don't see it. The thing about call options, you want to predict the future, okay? You want to know what's happening. You want to be Houdini. We don't really know what's going to be happening with Workhorse in that September-October range. So that's why we played out, 4 months, and we could potentially get a massive gain, and we start buying in at that $20 price tag. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. And be sure to leave me a comment. I want to hear you guys' feedback on the partnership with Workhorse and Hitachi. I'm going to be replying back to as many people as I possibly can. And most importantly, only if you feel this video gave you a better insight on where Workhorse is headed in the near future. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be keeping you updated on all the hottest growth stocks and spec plays. There's going to be a lot of great information you don't want to miss out. This is Big Money Mindset. I'm Kyle. You have a great day.